friends, welcome to my English classroom. I'm your English teacher Sheikh Rafi. Today I am going to teach one very easy but very important topic from English grammar. The topic for today is subject and predicate. Now this topic seems to be very simple and easy. But students, you should understand the importance of the subject and predicate. If you know what is a subject, then it will help you in identifying the proper verb for it. At the same time, there are many exercises that are based on subject and predicate. So, keeping that in mind, let us start today's class. In a given sentence, there are two parts. One is subject, the other is predicate. Now, what is a subject? What or who we talk about is called subject. And what we say about the subject is predicate. Let us try to understand this by looking at a very simple example. Tiger is our national animal. Now in this sentence, I am talking about tiger. So tiger is subject here. And what I am saying about the tiger? I say that it is our national animal. So this part is the predicate here. Let us see the next example. John is playing cricket. In this sentence, I am talking about John. So John is the subject, whereas is playing cricket is predicate. Then look at the third example. I am learning grammar. Now in this sentence, I is the subject and am learning grammar is predicate. So, dear students, you have understood what is a subject, what is a predicate. Now this understanding is very, very important because in any given sentence, the subject is the ruler of the sentence. It is on the subject that verb is decided. Hence, the understanding of subject and predicate is very, very important. Let us look ahead further of it. Dear friends, here I have given you some more examples and let us try to understand much more about the subject. Look at the first sentence. Anil is my friend. In this sentence, Anil is the subject and is my friend is predicate. Here, Anil is the name of a person. It is noun. Let us look at the second sentence. India is a great country. Here India is subject, whereas is a great country predicate. India is a name of a place. Look at the third sentence. Smoking is injurious to health. Here the subject is smoking, whereas is injurious to health is predicate. Here smoking is the name of an action. See the fourth sentence. He is a teacher. Here he is subject, is a teacher is predicate. He is a pronoun. Look at the fifth sentence. Cell phones are of great use. In this sentence, I am talking about cell phones. So cell phones is the subject, whereas are of great use is predicate. Now cell phones is a name of a thing. Then finally, the sixth example, Sita and Geeta are good friends. In this sentence, we are talking about Sita and Geeta. So Sita and Geeta is subject, whereas are good friends is predicate. Now, students, what we have to learn from these examples is that the subject is always either a noun or a pronoun. A noun can be the name of a person, place or thing, or it can be any other pronoun. And subject can be singular as well as plural. Here Anil is singular, whereas when we see Sita and Geeta, it is plural. We will further understand about subject by some more examples. Students, here I have taken some more examples, and let us try to understand much more about the subject and predicate. Now look at these examples. Birds fly. In this sentence, birds is the subject and fly is predicate. Now you will observe that subject here is only a single word and predicate is also a single word. So predicate as well as subject, it can be single word. In case of predicate, when it is a single word, it must always be the verb, because without verb we can never frame a sentence. Now let us look at the second sentence. My brother works in Delhi. Here my brother is the subject, whereas works in Delhi is predicate. If you observe this sentence, the subject my brother, we have two words here, and so is in the predicate. We have three words in the predicate. Let us see the third example. The rich people should help the poor. In this sentence, the rich people is subject, whereas should help the poor is predicate. So we can see here again in subject we have three words. Coming to next example, Indian democracy is the largest in the world. Here the subject is Indian democracy, whereas the predicate is the largest in the world. So you can observe here once again that subject has only two words, whereas in predicate we have lots of words. Then final example, all the students in my class are good. So what I'm talking about? I'm talking about all the students in my class, which is the subject here, and are good is predicate. So what we learn from these examples is that in a given sentence, when we identify a subject and a predicate, a subject can be one word or more than one words. Similarly, predicate can also be one word or more than one word. Subject, we know that it is always either a noun or a pronoun. Similarly, in case of predicate, we should also remember that verb is the most important part in the predicate. Okay, now let us further understand about subject and predicate. Dear friends, here I have taken some more examples, and now we will try to identify where the subject is located in a sentence. Let us see the examples. The first one is Ravi is going to market. What are we talking about? We are talking about Ravi. Ravi is the subject here. So we can notice that subject is at the very beginning of the sentence. Now let us look at the second sentence. Where are my shoes? Here the subject is my shoes. The subject is my shoes. Now this is an interrogative sentence. So you will notice here that the subject is at the end of the sentence. Let us see another examples. There are some books on the table. Now in this sentence, what are we talking about? We are talking about some books. So some books is the subject here. And you will notice that in this sentence, the subject is coming in the middle of the sentence. Let us see the fourth sentence. Close the door. Now this is an imperative sentence. It is an order. Someone is asking you to close the door. And when you read this sentence, you will be a bit confused. You may not find the subject. Dear students, generally in an imperative sentence, we don't mention subject. We have to assume the subject. It is always you. So when somebody says close the door, it means you close the door. So in imperative sentences, we don't find subject and we have to assume the subject as you, whereas the rest of the things what is given there is simply predicate. So friends, what we learn from these examples, we learn that subject can be at the beginning of the sentence, or it can be in the middle of the sentence, or it can be at the end of the sentence, or in case of imperative sentences, we may not even trace the subject. Okay, let us see some more examples and do a little bit practice in subject and predicate. Dear friends, here I have given you some more examples for your practice. I want all of you to work out this exercise on your own. You can pause the video for a second and write the answers in your notebook. Later on, you can verify your answers with my answers. Let us see the answers now. The first sentence, democracy is the best form of government. In this sentence, we are talking about democracy. So, democracy is the subject and the rest of the sentence is predicate. See the second sentence, Jack and Jill went up the hill. In this sentence, we are talking about Jack and Jill. So, Jack and Jill is the subject and the rest of the sentence is predicate. The third example, the sun rises in the east. In this sentence, we are talking about the sun. The sun is the subject here. The rest of the sentence is predicate. See the fourth sentence, they are building a dam. In this sentence, they is the subject. The rest of the sentence is predicate. See the fifth sentence, the man in blue shirt is my uncle. Now in this sentence, the man in blue shirt is subject, whereas is my uncle is predicate. The sixth example is, where are you going? Now in this sentence, the subject is you, whereas where are going is predicate. Finally, the last example, please bring me a glass of water. Now this is an imperative sentence, and by this time you would have understood that in imperative sentence we don't have subject. We have to presume the subject to be you. So whatever is given here is the predicate. I hope all of you understood, student, the concept of subject and predicate. So let us quickly revise what we learned today. We learned that a sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. What or who we talk about is called subject, and whatever we say about the subject is called predicate. A subject can be a single word or plural words. A subject can come at the beginning of the sentence, it can come in the middle of the sentence, or it can come at the end of the sentence. In case of imperative sentences, we don't find subject at all. Then we also learned that predicate also can be a single word or it can be more than one word. Then in predicate, the most important word is the verb. The most important word is the verb, and it can also be at the beginning or at the end or in the middle of the sentence. So that was all about the subject and predicate. I hope all of you enjoyed today's class. If you liked my class, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.